Hey guys, it's May 24th, 2015. Let's see, Sunday. We just got back from a trip up to our property. Went up there with plans for Memorial Day weekend. And we had one good night as far as weather is concerned. And then we got rained out. So that was our first official test of the van to see how it would work out. And what happened is we went up there. We have a fifth wheel camper parked up on the property, and we kind of had it there as a cabin, so to speak. And I thought that'd be a great time to take the van up there and test it out, see how things work, and if things don't work out well, we can always fall back and resort to the camper. So we got rained on a couple of times. We went up Saturday morning, got rained on a couple times, and the rain blew over and cleared up, made it pretty nice out. It was probably in the 50s, and this is about 7,500 feet is the elevation of the property. And we had a nice campfire, and we had our son up there, and he was going to sleep in the camper, and we're going to sleep in the van, try it out. So we went to bed. It was about 40 degrees outside. Went to bed. And the bed was nice and comfortable in the van. Things were working out pretty good. Went to sleep. Woke up a couple of hours later, really cold. It dropped down to maybe just a little below 40, which doesn't seem like it's that bad, I guess. But when you're used to 70 degrees or so, 68 or 70 degrees, what we generally keep our house at, it's a pretty good drop in temperature. And of course, I don't have a heater installed in the van yet other than the engine, and I wasn't going to start it up just to crank the heater up because we had the camper. So wife and I woke up and we were both pretty cold. We had a couple of quilts, a couple of my mom's homemade quilts on the bed and a blanket and all, and still kind of chilly. Maybe if we had thrown a couple more blankets on the bed, we'd have been okay, but we thought, well, you know what, let's pack it up and go in the camper and finish out the night there and come up with a plan, something else to do to the van to make it a little more usable in colder temperatures. So I went into the camper, tried to fire up the heater in the camper, and guess what? Of course, it didn't work. It's worked every other time that we've ever needed it, but it wasn't working this time. I fiddled around with that thing for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. And we decided to blank it up, and I turned the propane stove on for 20 minutes or so, just kind of break the chill off, and then we went to bed, and we slept fine. We threw a couple more blankets on and woke up this morning, had a nice breakfast, hung around. I took a little walk across the property, kind of a scenic walk, and got a little bit of video of that. I'll show you here after I get done talking. And then the thunderstorms started building up in the distance and looking like they're going to roll in pretty hard. So we just packed it up and decided we're gonna come home, which is kind of a bummer because we were looking to get a 2 to 3 day test out on the van. Anyway, we got rained out. Van's pretty muddy now. We kind of have a muddy dirt road that heads in there if it rains pretty good, but we were able to get out fine. And now I know a little bit more about the van and what I need to work on, and definitely maybe a Mr. Buddy heater or something to that effect for those cold nights when we just need to kick that chill off. As far as the refrigerator, there's not a whole lot to talk about as far as review. I did turn it on and ran it for about maybe 30 hours or something like that. But I had it set at about 40 degrees on the thermostat on the refrigerator, and that's about what the temperatures were up there on average. So it didn't run very much, and I don't think it's a real good test. It didn't hardly even touch the batteries. This morning when I looked at the battery bank, I was at 99%, so it's not even coming close to even touching those batteries. As far as the van and the lighting and the curtains, worked out really nice. I'm happy with the way the curtains worked out. If I had to stealth in this thing in a parking lot or a neighborhood or alongside a street or something, it would be really good for that. The only place I turned both of these overhead lights on at night when it was pitch dark out there, and closed the doors and curtains and walked around the van, the only place I could see light was peeking up across the top of that curtain that runs behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and it was minimal. So if I just had one of these lower LED lights on or something, I don't think you would even be able to tell. So I guess it's good to know that capability is there should we ever need it. Next big plan is end of June. We're going to be taking a road trip. We're going to drive back to Iowa to see some of my wife's family out there, stay a couple of days, and then travel back and go see Mount Rushmore and some whatever else there is to see in South Dakota, and kind of on the way way back home from there, whatever looks interesting, we may stop and check it out. And I plan on doing a few videos of that, and that'll probably be the real first test of the van. So I hope you all are doing well, and hope you guys have a nice, safe Memorial Day weekend. Oh, I did find out what was wrong with the heater on the camper. I need to put a new motor in the thing. It's an old camper and the motor's wore out, so I'm going to probably be looking into getting a motor and get up there and get that switched out before too long here. So another project to do. I'm going to roll a couple of clips here. One of just as we got there, I kind of walked around and showed the campsite and the camper, just the outside of the camper where we have it parked up there on the property. And then I took a little walk and show you a little bit of that too, just kind of a tour around the area there. And hope you enjoy it. Hope you guys all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.